Hello, Novella here. I'm your English coach, and today we are going to have a new English class, and this time we are going to be focusing on vocabulary, and namely vocabulary related to food and eating, which is something that I totally enjoy, and probably if you are a bit like me, you do too. Before starting, the usual quick introduction. If you find it difficult to follow me, maybe I speak slightly too fast or whatever, feel free to refer to my blog www.novellabenedetti.it, where you will find the same lesson explained in Italian. And of course, actually it could be useful if you're not sure you understand everything. What else? On my website you can also subscribe to my monthly newsletter, Resfaber. I send it out every Friday and not every Friday, I send it out every first Friday of the month. Sorry, it's been a long day today. Every first Friday of the month, and I share with you some tips related to English learning, of course, some information about courses, early bird offers, discounts. I summarize for you all the free material I posted on social medias and so on. It's worth taking a look, and you can always opt out if you don't like it. If you opt in, of course, there comes with a little present from me, and namely an ebook with idiomatic expression from the US. So without adding more words, let's dig deeper in today's lesson, where we are going to take a look at 6 verbs and 3 phrasal verbs related to eating. Let's start with 6 verbs related to eating. Lovely. Eating, more than eating, cooking, to be fairly honest, cooking. So the first verb, to boil. Okay, the R is quite in the back of your mouth. Boil. What can you boil? Normally a lot of people boil eggs. I tend to boil every kind of vegetable because it's faster and I don't need to worry about it. Maybe not faster, but I don't need to worry about it. To boil. To boil means when you put some kind of food inside a pan with water. Then the water boils, and then you throw the vegetables or the pasta, maybe if you want to have a plate of pasta, and so on. To boil, first element. It's a regular verb, so of course past simple and participle, you add ed at the end. Of course, please remember you don't say boiled, it's boiled. The tongue goes in the back with the L and stays there for the D sound. Boiled. Number 2, roast. And of course, pronunciation wise, the R, remember at the beginning of the word especially, remember to roll it. Roast. Yes, roast is when you cook something. Think about roast beef, for example. It's a way to cook mainly meat, basically. So I roasted some beef. You can roast potatoes, for example. It's also a regular verb. So, of course, you will say roasted. And yes, as to pronunciation of the simple past, which is not always that simple, please refer. I carried out already a free English class. You can find it on YouTube, so feel free to listen to it and have a check, because there are 3 different ways to pronounce the ending in ed when it comes to regular verbs. So we have boiled, roasted. After roasted, we have bake. To bake. That shouldn't be difficult for Italian native speakers, to bake. Normally you bake food like pizza or cakes. You put everything in the oven and there it stays for 10, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever it takes, and then it's ready to bake. And the simple past, baked, baked, not baked, baked. Okay, after the k sound, the tongue goes into the d, baked. You can feel the tongue going slightly up, baked, baked. Then we have to grill. That's the favorite cooking verb of my husband, who's always barbecuing. To grill is when you barbecue. When you have a barbecue, you put meat, vegetable, cheese, whatever on top, and you grill everything. You can grill also in the microwave. They have a special function, I think, and so on. Grill. Simple past, grilled. Like boiled, grilled. Fry. Frying is very important. We have French fries. So here the infinitive form to fry is when you, by the way, frying is when you put all the food you want to fry inside a pan full of oil. Okay, fish and chips, typical English food, are fried. You can have a fried chicken, you can have French fries, and so on. Fry is written with Y, but when you go into the simple past, fried, not fried, fried, you use the simple I letter, not the Y. And that was number 5. Number 6, to steam. To steam. Remember that in English they don't have open and closed vowels, but they have long and short vowels. So they don't have e, but they do have e and e. This is steamed. Steamed means, how can I explain it in English? You know when you boil something and you have all this gas, so to speak, coming out from water? That's the steam, and you can cook with that. A lot of Asian food is cooked through steam. And of course, to steam is the infinitive form, steamed is the past simple form, steamed. So we had so far 6 verbs, which were boil, roast, bake, grill, fry, and steam. And now let's have 3 phrasal verbs. I don't know if you know it or not, but normally neuroscientists calculated that within every English lesson you can memorize maximum from 8 to 10 new words. So those are 9. We are in 9. Phrasal verbs. First of all, what are phrasal verbs? Phrasal verbs are normal verbs that come together with another word, and because of that other word, they change their meaning. The first one I want to share with you is a fairly simple one because it's really similar to the Italian version of it. For example, I really enjoy eating out at weekends. I really enjoy eating out. Eating out means you're not staying at home and preparing your own food, and you don't have anybody else preparing it for you. You go outside in a restaurant, in a pizzeria, or whatever. To eat out. Out implicitly outside of the home, in another place. Second phrasal verb, to cut down on. To cut down on. Here we have 2 more words after the verb, to cut down on. That means to reduce the quantity of something. Okay? For example, normally I try to cut down on salt when I cook, because salt can be bad for your health. Or you can cut down on coffees, for example, if you drink too many coffees. It doesn't mean that you don't drink coffee anymore or that you don't use salt anymore. It just means you reduce the quantity. To cut down on something. I cut down on coffee last week. Third phrasal verb and last one, to cut out this time. not down on, to cut out. To cut out, it means that you never again are going to eat a certain type of food. So I cut out all the dairies from my diet. Okay, that means that I'm not eating any kind of dairy, not eating any kind of cheese, yogurt, ice cream, nothing. Good? Cut out. So to wrap up this session, 6 verbs we saw together when it comes to cooking: boil, roast, bake, grill, fry, steam. 6 verbs here. Here on this side, the 3 phrasal verbs, just for me to remember the sides. To eat out, to cut down on, and to cut out. I hope this English lesson was useful for you. If you want to make sure that you spelled all the verbs rightly, please refer to my website www.novellabenedetti.it. You will find the link below this video, and if you're watching already from my website, thank you for being here. If you have questions, let me know. If you want to subscribe to Rosfaber, my monthly newsletter, be my guest. I would be extremely happy about it. And yes, I hope it was useful for you, and see you for our next English class.